everybody. I know it's been like, a few months since I've shot a video. Granted, you're looking at my love seat, a lamp, and a sofa, and my very messy coffee table, but I'm like in the corner here trying to not be on the video, just because I'm not decent enough to be seen on camera right now. I, actually have been sitting on this one for, I'd say, probably 2-3 months, trying to, decide how I want to discuss this. But before I go any further, I did want to just very quickly say, Happy New Year. That big white thing, over here, this right here, the white thing in the left side of your screen, that's my Christmas tree. Which brings up the thing, Happy New Year, folks. I'm seeing today is January the 4th right now of 2011. But, having the Christmas tree in the background is kind of something that it's got a lot to do with, Christianity and stuff like that. I want to say this. This video is about, well, I did a video, of course, on here about divorce. Well, this is sort of related to divorce, and it's about cheating. And I know I talked about cheating a lot in that video. And how sometimes cheating spouses will keep doing it. I'm going to talk about two different couples in here. And it's not the two couples I was talking about in that video that I shot back in May of 2010. This is two different couples, and it's just the one. I'm not surprised. The other one, I am to a point, but I mean, I'm not totally shocked, considering that the first couple that I'm talking about, the one spouse, just to be polite, was a complete horn dog. Okay, I hope to God I never see them again in person. Well, what it is, and I don't understand why this happens with these people, and I'll explain in a minute, but they just feel the license to cheat. Well, over the past, I'd say, 2.5, 3 decades, I've known of a couple of ministers, Christian ministers, that have cheated on their spouses. Well, when I met the first minister, I was a little kid, about, I'd say, 10, and I just remember looking at him thinking, this guy is as crooked as a politician, because, I mean, how can I explain it? The man's body language was not jibing with what was coming out of his mouth, and, I can say that now that I'm an adult and I can explain it, but that's what I was seeing. Long story short, as a kid, I got that, vibe off of him, that he was, the kind of guy that thought he was, hot stuff, and all that in a bag of chips, or whatever you want to call it. I mean, he was the kind of minister that, he was, to be polite, a porker. I mean, he was a bit on the chubby side, and balding, and not much in the way it looks, but he had the charisma and the speaking skills to charm the skin clear off a snake a couple of times, easily. The second guy was also a preacher, and he cheated on his wife too. I mean, the second guy only did it the one time that I know of. The first guy, I would not be shocked if he cheated on his wife 60, 70, 80, 100 times. I wouldn't put it past him. Just because after knowing him as long as I knew this preacher, I'm not shocked. I hate to say it, but I'm really, honest to God, not shocked. Because he tried to put the move on my aunt several years ago. And this woman's oldest 2 kids, the younger one of the 2 was, I'd say, probably 2. I mean, she wasn't like a newborn baby, but the cousin also wasn't like school age either, like 5 or 6. I mean, she was, at least a year or two old, but younger than, like somewhere between 2 and 4 years old, say. And he came over and, was doing his, minister duties, and then also on top of that tried to get her to, let him, do his thing, and have an affair with her. And my aunt did the right thing and said, "There's a door, don't let it whack you on the tail on the way out." And she told him no. Well, I don't blame her. But, both ministers are no longer pastors of churches now. I mean, like the head pastor. The second one just resigned, I'd say, like, in the last 4 months. And I found out about it, I nearly fell over. It was a good thing that when I found out about it, I said no, because I'm pretty sure I would have fell over from surprise. But the guy, I think the guy had something going on besides that. I mean, because every time I see him, he just come across as really strange to me. And I'm like, how you look at somebody and you think, sure, dude, whatever you say. And you're like, all right, and you just kind of roll your eyes and walk off. But, seriously though, I mean, it's like, I think cheating ministers, I think, especially in certain non-Catholic denominations, I think they should be defrocked and told, and that should go in their, like, file, like, well, the 2 ministers in question were Baptist ministers. I think as punishment, they should, on the national Baptist level, I think that something should be slipped into their files at the Baptist convention, for example, that says this preacher is an adulterer, a known adulterer, and and should be and any church wanting this pastor as a head pastor should be actively discouraged from doing so, and not let him go further than like an associate pastor or what have you, if that. And I mean, they should, I mean, granted, sometimes that's just like a one-time thing, but the first preacher, he was, if I was to call him a greedy pig, that would be putting it politely. I mean, that's just him cheating on his wife was the least of it. I mean, he was the epitome of crooked. I mean, he did all the things that a crooked politician would do. I'm serious, he was bad. I mean, he was very, very bad. I won't divulge anything further than that because it'd be saying too much. I mean, at least that's how I felt of him, and it's, like I said, I haven't seen him in years. I don't want to either. But anyway, I just find that cheating preachers are just, really, really a bad thing, and that just, I think it should be, actively discouraged if that kind of thing happens with a pastor, Well, anyway, I want to pause here, and I'll think of some other stuff to share later. Thanks for watching, and have a great New Year. Bye.